Ethan. I'm the CEO of Biki Southeast Asia, and welcome to Biki Review Episode 2. I'd like to thank everybody for watching this. I just want to introduce a little bit more about Biki Exchange. We are a top 20 exchange, and we started in 2018, August. Right now, we have 1.2 million registered users. Within 8 months, we achieved top 20 exchange status. At the start of inception, we got Tu Jun, who's the co-founder of Huobi and also the CEO of Nook Capital and also CEO of China's #1 crypto media, Jingse Caijing. He actually invested 5 million in us. And very recently, FBG Capital and Genesis Capital invested in us as well. And more importantly, recently we got featured in Forbes as the top 10 blockchain companies to watch out for in 2019. And now moving forward, why we are here today is because we got a special guest today, Carlos, the CEO of Metal Packaging Token, to be here with us to share more about what metal packaging is all about. Hello, Carlos.
Hi, Ethan. Good to be here.
Yes, hi to the other side of the world. Carlos, I understand you're in Netherlands right now.
Yes, correct. I am in the Netherlands right now.
Yeah, okay. So maybe you can actually do a short introduction about yourself and what metal packaging is all about.
Yeah, well, my name is Carlos. I won't bother you with my last name because it's too difficult to pronounce. Anyway, I'm the CEO of Metal Packaging Token. Metal Packaging Token is basically about incentivizing the use of metal packaging containers or solutions for products, and at the same time incentivizing the recycling of those same metal packaging solutions. I've started in 2001 within the metal packaging industry, right after my master's degree, and up until now I've been working in that area. So I have about 18 years of sector experience, and yeah, in 2017, where everybody started to get interested in blockchain, so did Carlos. So we started thinking about a good way to improve our, because I still call it our supply chain, which is the metal packaging industry supply chain. And we think blockchain is an excellent vehicle, and so MPT has been born. That's why we are here.
Cool. And I find it very interesting because for the recycling industry, it actually there's not much of a usage in the with the internet technology. And here you guys are, metal packaging that is leaping forward from the internet era, and straight away they jump straight to the blockchain technology to leverage on this technology to do that. So I just want to find out, like how does metal packaging use blockchain to help with this industry?
Yeah, well, it's basically a two-way street. The first, we really think that it would be a good idea I will go in much deeper into this later on, but we want to incentivize. We think it is absolutely necessary to incentivize end consumers when they return empty metal cans to MPT deposit points. And we think that the best way to do that is with our native tokens, which is MPT. So this is one side of the story. The other side of the story is that blockchain basically is an immutable vehicle. The recycling rates and recycling rates, guys, this is a very important word. It is today, it will be much more important in the coming years, I promise you that. And recycling rates is something that MPT wants to have recorded on the blockchain and published with the community and with the world. So that's what, in a couple of sentences, what we want to accomplish.
Well, Carlos, just now you mentioned a very, very interesting point. So you mean like somebody like me, if I like to drink, for example, Coke, take this for example, can of Coke. So if I drink a lot of cans of Coke and then usually I just throw it in the bin, right? But in your case, just now you mentioned I can deposit it somewhere and then I get MPT tokens in return. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. We're going to have also a two-way solution for this, but in the end, it means that an end consumer, when they return an empty metal can to our MPT deposit points, there will be a mobile app that interacts with the deposit points, and you will get rewarded as an end consumer for returning those empty cans
Well,
with MPT tokens.
this is so exciting, man. Carlos, I come to know that you have prepared a few slides for the users to understand metal packaging a lot more. You can share with us now.
Okay, I will do the sharing mode and minimize you.
Yeah.
Like this. Okay, yeah. Now I'm sharing a page which this is basically where this is the mother company basically of metal packaging token. It's ProCan. Myself and my business associate Peter, we have been in this company. We own the company. It's our company, and we are making can making machinery for the can making industry worldwide. We have machines and lines installed in all continents of the world, and this is basically where MPT has its where it comes from, basically, because well, we are into the sector. That's where we work, so we have quite a bit of experience, and I just wanted to show you that it comes from. This is a very small video that I wanted to play for the other audience, because probably there's not a lot of people that know how cans are actually being made. And this is a ProCan machine. Actually, it's installed in Madrid, Spain, but we have a lot of these machines installed all over the world. Anyway, it shows how a simple paint can is made, and it's not complicated, but there is quite a good bunch of engineering hours involved in this process. Yeah. So let me stop that, or maybe forward it, because it's still the same cans will come up.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll pause that. I'll go to the next one. Yeah. And then we created metal packaging token. Obviously, the link is below to the website, where yeah, and here you can see. Also, you can click on the link below and it will take you to an article that's just been written and published by EOS Writer, and in which we bring exactly what it says. We bring metal packaging and recycling to the blockchain, and we are a first to do that. And we think that it's a very, very good real life project. And yeah, not to be disrespectful to other projects, but it's not a game. This is real life. So I'll go to the next one. The next slide is basically a screenshot of our website. Once again, go to the website. You can see a lot of information there. Now this is now we're going to the economic model. This is requires a little bit more time to explain. First, I will start with the here on the right. You see the 5 layers of which the supply chain consists of, basically. So we have steel producers, can makers, can fillers, retail, and end consumers. Well, basically the audience probably are going to be, I imagine, most of them end consumers, right? Like you, Ethan, that buys the can of Coke.
Yeah.
Well, if you return that, you see here the empty cans line goes into the MPT deposit points, and the MPT deposit point will reward you with MPT. You get that back. So it's you can see the arrow going back. And what this system is about is that the MPT deposit point collects this scrap metal and compacts it, and basically then they transport it to the steel producers again. So it goes into recycling or remelting ovens, and it serves as a commodity basically. So we don't have to extract as much metal as we do from the earth. We just simply need to recycle more and put it into the ovens and remelt it into prime material. And the energy and CO2 savings is really, really high. It's from 90 to 95%.
Wow.
And so that's really huge. I cannot stress enough how important this is in this time that we're living in. So that CO2 and energy are basically, well, we need to take care of the planet, guys, and we need to start now. So that's what we want to do. We go to the next one, the MPT currency model. Yeah, upon search and adoption of MPT, what we want is, in the end, to create a decentralized currency, very important, with the underlying value of the intrinsic value of metal scrap. So if this happens, actually MPT is going to become a stable coin. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is for the future. What I'm showing here is that again the 5 layers. I'm showing the flow of cans downwards, or materials, steel and aluminium, downwards, and MPT upwards. So that means that the currency that MPT in fact is going to become will be a currency that can be used for everything that has to do something with the metal packaging supply chain. So if you buy a can of Coke, you should be able to buy it in MPT in 5 years from now, because we really believe that 5 years from now that there are going to be a lot of currencies for a lot of products, and we want MPT to be for the metal packaging products basically. So also a service engineer that goes into a factory in one of the 5 layers can be paid in MPT. Yeah, so this is basically it. It's very transparent.
Okay.
And
yeah, Carlos, I can see that this would actually help also about for the supply chain model, this will help a lot in cross-border in the supply chain example, right?
correct, absolutely correct. The idea is to make the supply chain more cost effective, more efficient. We have to take the middleman out. Now, I think that blockchain is also all about that. And I think a very suitable vehicle for every supply chain, but in this case, for this one as well, because really, guys, we know what we're talking about. We know the margins between the 5 layers. We know that cost has to come down. We have to compete with plastic. There is no other way to reduce the amount of plastic on the planet than to compete with it. It is simply so. Next one, material quality model. Yeah, well, this is something that within this very tight supply chain where the margins are really tight, there is a group of scrap traders here in the middle that are basically taking a lot of profits out of the supply chain when the supply chain really needs it. And the result of this is that bad material pops up everywhere. And India is, for instance, one of the best examples here, because they are massive buyers of declassified material. And we need to stop this. Basically, we need to stop this. This material needs to be sold by can makers to parties as MPT that redirect it immediately to melting ovens and Once again, less extraction from the earth, more material, more new prime material comes out from old material. So reduction CO2 and energy 95%. Then I'll take you guys to the roadmap. The roadmap shows us that, well, basically, we have an exciting time ahead of us. We also had an exciting time in the last couple of months. But ahead we have the mobile app development that is starting, and well, further down the line in 2020, we will basically have, in the end, we will have both the app and the deposit points ready for installation. One thing I want to mention is that we are ahead of time when when I look at listing on centralized exchanges, because we're listing on June 28th of 2019 with Biki Exchange, which was actually programmed for Q3.
Oh, that's good news.
Thanks, Ethan. We'll go to this one, and this slide is telling us that, well, it's basically the community sale that is ongoing right now. And if I go here, that will take us to our website, to the community sale tab, and it basically explains how everything works. And let me open up a little bit about this. This is something that has never been done before. Of course, there are buybacks. Of course, I know Binance has buybacks, quarterly buybacks, but it has nothing to do with this. What we are doing is, this is essentially, this is the price that we're selling the tokens for. So 1 EOS is 5,000 MPT. But, and this is a very important but, we have a smart contract, which is called MPT crowd sales, connected to the EOS account MPT crowd sale, which has a buyback guarantee encoded to it. So that means that if you buy the tokens, in this way, in this manner, and you hold the tokens for 12 months, then for whatever reason, it doesn't matter, you don't have to give up a reason, but if you, after the 12 months, if you want to reclaim your purchasing amount of EOS, you simply, in the 13th month, you simply send back the MPT and you will instantly get the EOS back. So what does this mean? It means that basically we are talking about a completely risk-free investment, or participation, because basically it isn't an investment, it is you participate in something, in a project. And why are we doing this? Well, actually, we believe that a lot of more projects should do it in this way, and we have a couple of them lined up that want to adopt the idea, basically. But it is a very honest and transparent way to get people financially involved in an initiative, in a project, without a risk that they are going to lose money. So the only question that participants need to ask themselves is MPT able to get above the asking price of the community sale within 12 months? If the answer is yes, then by all means invest, because it's risk-free. The only chance that there is that you're going to have a profit. Okay. So now I click this away and I go to our last slide. And yeah, this is going to happen on June 28th, 2019. Finally, after tough negotiations, we have been listed on Biki Exchange. And I just want to please have a click on the link in the below at the screen. It will take you to a site where the triple rewards activity is going to be explained. There's a lot of MPT that you can earn by trading or simply doing some activities. It's all explained there. Please have a look.
All right, thank you. This is exciting because there's many actions that you can do, and there's 20 million MPT that awaits for you. So don't wait any further to take part in this campaign. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Carlos to take up your time, for your busy schedule to help us and to help the users understand metal packaging a lot more. So that concludes the our Biki review episode 2. And till next time, we'll give an update about metal packaging again. Thank you, everybody, and thank you, Carlos. All right,
Thank
bye-bye.
you, and have a good day. Thanks for everything.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.